Let's get started in seated meditation. So find your seat. We'll extend our legs, pulling the sit bones apart. That good little flesh under there, giving it some room to breathe. Bringing our left leg in, followed by our right. Maybe the right is in front or on top, whatever's comfortable for you. Making sure the knees are lower than the hips, sitting up with a long spine, rolling our shoulders on our back. Bringing the left hand on top of the left thigh and the right hand on top of the left hand, connecting our thumbs together and closing our eyes. Taking a deep breath in and a full breath out the mouth. One more time, in through the nose. Out through the mouth, and settling into our body here. Beginning just by following your breath with your mind into your body. Noticing if there's anywhere that is calling some urgency to you, anywhere that may feel tight or bound up. And bringing your breath there with your mind, creating space on the inhale, letting go of tension on the exhale. This may be just a busy mind as well, and so breathing into the mind's eye if you're having a busy brain today, visualizing space. And exhale, clearing the thoughts from your mind. Just letting everything go that came before this moment with each breath. And letting everything go that is to come, because all you have to do, all you get to do right now is breathe and be with your body. This is the best thing that we can give ourselves, especially during these times. Just letting any worries go, letting any thoughts that do not support your well-being go. And simply thinking on the inhale, inhale. And on the exhale, thinking exhale. Now bringing your attention to your heart center, opening your heart. Feeling this opening in your heart chakra, the center of the chest. Bringing someone or something to mind that brings you great happiness and joy. Something or someone that brings a smile to your face. And perhaps you turn up the corners of your mouth. And then bringing your hands to your heart. Feeling all this love and joy that this person brings to you. Feeling it with all your being. And now shifting your focus to your intention for today's practice of why you're here today. This could be a word or a phrase. Bring that word or phrase to your mind's eye now. And during your practice, if your mind wanders, you can bring yourself back to this word. And now letting that intention go, letting all visualizations go. Bringing our hands down to our thighs we'll begin. Let's start by inhaling, bringing the arms up, palms up, reaching up, connecting the palms and drawing them down to heart center, exhaling through the mouth. 2 more. Inhale as we reach up, drawing that grounding energy up, exhaling through our mouth and washing that energy over our bodies. 1 more time. Inhale as we reach up, lift up. Exhale, drawing that divine energy back down. Bringing the left hand down to the ground. Inhale the right arm up. Connect the tip of the middle finger with the top of your left ear. Close your eyes as we take a gentle neck stretch through that left side. Inhaling into the left side of the neck. As you exhale, just walk those left fingertips down, pressing them down into the floor. So engaging our left arm, softening through the left side of the neck. With each inhale, feeling lengthening happening. Exhale as we deepen into the stretch a little bit more. 1 more breath here. Exhale, let go. Draw a smiley face across your chest with your chin. Inhale as we bring that left arm up. Exhale, the tip of the middle finger is connected with the top of your right ear. Close your eyes once again. Inhale into the side of your neck. Exhale as you draw that right hand down towards the ground, engaging that right arm ever so slightly, very gently. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, deepening. Remaining tall. Keeping good posture. Exhale, let go. Now slowly releasing. We'll bring our head to center and take 2 slow circles, 1 direction. Inhale as we bring the head back. Exhale as we bring it around. And noticing if there's any place that you need to stay for a moment today. My neck is still real stiff just from sleeping on my side. So just stay anywhere that you want to breathe into and create more space. And now we'll go the other direction if you haven't already. Really taking your time here. No hurry, no worry, as I like to say. Good, coming back to center. Inhale the arms up and then bring the hands behind the head. Inhale as we tip the head back, feeling the support of the hands. Exhale as we round the elbows in and drawing the chin to the chest. Taking a seated cat and cow today. Inhale as we open the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Feel the stretch in the low back. 1 more time. Inhale, open the heart. Open your throat and exhale as we round the spine. Wonderful. Okay. Coming on to the knees now. If you have some pillows that you're sitting on, you do not need those at this point in time. However, I like to have the blanket under the knees if you have some sensitive knees. And we're going to do our anti-tennis elbow exercise. So if you have any tendinitis or are susceptible to that in the triceps, elbow, any arthritis in the wrists, carpal tunnel in the fingers, this is an awesome exercise to add to your daily regimen actually. So we're going to take the fingers and flip them around, flip them out so they're facing us. And from here we're going to just, I got the time for 1 minute, we're gonna slowly start to bend the elbows down towards the floor. If you're standing right now, you could just do this on a tabletop. And as you start to bend your elbows down, we're pulling the chest forward. Yes, there's a sense of urgency here, a little bit of good pain. Just breathe through that. Stay with your breath. Keep breathing. We're about halfway. So now the palms are off of the ground, but the fingers are still on the ground. And we're using the leverage of our upper body and the weight of our upper body to press down as we're pulling up on those fingertips. So keep pressing them down into the floor. Breathing here. Staying calm. 10, 9, 8, 7. Now just the fingertips are on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Give them a couple squeezes. Good job. And shake them out. All right, so now on to stretch the feet. So we're gonna tuck the toes here, and we're gonna sit on our ankles. If this is too much, take a pillow or a blanket and place it between your calves and your hamstrings, okay? But otherwise, you're gonna stay here as long as you can take it. You'll know when that is. Just breathe into the feet. This is really important for what we're gonna do later in our practice, and also just giving some love to our feet that carry us around all day. So from here, we're gonna take our arms out, cross the right over the left. Now turn the palms to face each other and interlace the fingers. Inhale as we draw the knuckles down. Exhale as you push them through, rounding the chest, rounding the neck. Inhale as we bring the knuckles out and down. Exhale, pull them through. You might have to loosen up a lot on your grip of your hands. The modification to this exercise is just to take one palm and press it down, okay? So now if your feet are screaming at you, go ahead and shake them out. Tap the tops of your feet. I know mine were, but let's get the other side. So we're gonna take our left hand on top of our right, our left arm on top of our right. Interlace your fingers. Inhale as we pull them down. Exhale as we pull them through. Just wringing out the joints. These are great to do daily. Bring them into a daily mobility routine. Wonderful. Okay, let's make some circles with the elbows. I like to call this my fist bumping, fist pumping. Ooh, ooh. Other way. Now take some shoulder rolls back. 2, 3, and forward. 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming to all fours. We will take our right foot out to the right, and let's practice our Spiderman hip circles. So we're gonna bend our right knee, shifting towards the right, and then pulling our chest forward, pushing the hips back. It's kind of like churning the butter with your femur bone. Inhale as we move towards the knee. Exhale as we shift back. One more time forward. And now let's go forward. Inhale. Exhale, push back. For 2. And for 1, go ahead and bring that knee back to center. Wiggle side to side a couple times, and then we'll extend the left leg out to the side. Inhale as we pull ourselves forward and shift over to the left. Exhale, sit back, push back. Inhale, pull forward, shift towards the knee. Exhale, push back. Each side is way different. Just go at your own pace. Honor what your body's telling you as far as how far you go, how shallow you go. Now we're churning the butter forward. Just taking nice gentle breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, or out through the nose. Awesome. And then coming back to center and taking our wide knee child's pose. So just a gentle hip opener. I'm gonna put my forehead on a block. Just bringing that floor up to me as the belly gets bigger. And now breathe into the low back for 3 deep breaths. When we breathe deep, we tell our nervous system to stand down and calm down. This allows the systems in our body to rest and digest. Now we'll walk our hands over to the left, taking the right hand on top of the left and creating a nice big arc with the right side of your body, breathing into the right side of the body, feeling that stretch all the way from your QL, which is like in your hinder on the right side, breathing into your rib cage and your lungs, breathing into the shoulder and the armpit. And now breathing into the triceps. Just feeling all that length happening that our body so needs to repair and recover. And now bringing our hands over to the other side. Over to the right, taking the left on top of the right. We'll create a nice big arc with that left side of our body. Inhaling from the glutes, up into the rib cage, up into the shoulder, and now up all the way into the triceps. Coming back to center, coming to all fours, coming up to the knees. Inhale as we drop the belly, now coming into our kneeling child's pose. Look up, open the heart. Exhale as we fold and round the spine. Take a couple wiggles here. And notice just how open your hips and your back and your neck might be from when we started. My neck is slowly getting better. With every breath, just breathing into wherever you need it. And now coming back into our cat and cow. 1 breath per movement as you exhale, round, inhale, open. One more, exhale. And inhale. Beautiful, coming into our down dog. Nice and slowly. Woo! Stretching 1 calf at a time. So just bend 1 knee, straighten the other leg. I'm feeling this a lot in the bottoms of my feet, like right in that plantar fascia area from walking a lot. So this is just a really great daily stretch to do if you're a walker or a runner. All right. And now we'll make our way to the front of our mat, however you want to get there. Maybe you tiptoe or take a big step, however you get there. Then we'll inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the heels, pull through the back side of your body, arms rise above the head. And exhale, hands come to heart. We're going to take some slow sun salutations. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold in. Bend the knees a lot here. Inhale as you press your palms into your shins or the floor. Exhale, find the floor with your hands and step back, coming to all fours. Inhale, take a preparation, inhale. Exhale as we slowly go halfway down, just halfway here. Now inhale, ripple the chest through, pull the heart forward, keep the knees down for full cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees and the hips for down dog. Take a few breaths here. Feel free to pedal the feet again. Shake out your head. Yes. No. Now lift to your tippy toes. Inhale. Exhale. Press your heels down. Going a little bit deeper. Shoulders are on your back and you're looking through your feet. Feel this length and energy in the triceps and the biceps. And then we'll inhale, prepare to move, lift to the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands where we're going. And we take a step and a step. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Now we'll do that one breath per movement. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back to plank or your knees. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, up dog with the knees off the floor or cobra, knees on the floor. Exhale, down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, lift to the tippy toes, prepare to move. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times. This is your cardio portion. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Palms to the floor, step to your plank. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lift the hips, down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, lift to the tippy toes. Exhale, prepare to move and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, arms rise. exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes. Call your intention to mind. Turn up the corners of your mouth. And we'll move into our next sequence. So we're going to take our hands behind our back, interlace our fingers. If this is difficult for you at this point, just take your belt or your scarf or your strap with your palms facing down and bring that behind you. We're going to inhale as we press our knuckles down, lift our heart up. Maybe you widen your feet a little bit as we exhale, forward fold. As I get more pregnant, my feet need to come wider. So just wherever you're at, make it comfortable. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to hips. We're going to keep our right leg forward, and I'm going to step my left leg back into a high lunge. I'm keeping my blanket there because we're going to drop into a low lunge, and I want that there for my knee. So if you need to grab your blanket, have it handy. So for our high lunge, we're just simply bending that front knee, making sure we can see our front big toe, and then work on straightening this back leg. And then as you inhale, arms rise. Exhale, cactus arms. Opening that heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale as we slowly lower down to our low lunge. Flatten the back foot. Bring your hands on top of your front thigh. Inhale as you lift your heart. Exhale as we slowly start to hinge our hips forward, feeling this nice lift and lengthening in the front of that back thigh here. Take another breath here. We're going to get deeper into that back quad now after working our legs yesterday. So we're going to take our left hand down to the ground, okay? If you need to bring the floor to you, use a block. And then we're going to shift forward so that we can bend that back leg. Inhale as we wrap our right hand around, and exhale as we grab that back foot. Now, if you have your strap or a belt or something, you can loop your foot inside of that strap, and you can use it here to help you. Okay, so stay here for a few more breaths. We're going to practice just focusing in on our breath and our body. If something's too much, back off. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine. Exhale as you roll that right shoulder onto your back. 2 more breaths. And go ahead and release that leg. For Wandering Dragon, we're going to walk our hands over to the left. Okay, maybe you want to bring the floor up to you. So using the blocks will be helpful. But we're just going to walk our hands as far away from that right leg as possible. So keep pressing your right knee over to the right, and then walking your hands over to the left. So really getting into those hips today, which will help us open up our hamstrings and release tension from the low back, which is always good. I feel like that's always needed. Take another couple deep breaths here in your Wandering Dragon. And then we'll come back to center, and we'll bring that left elbow down to the floor. Walk your right foot over to the right. Take your right hand to the inside of your right thigh. I'll show you from the front. And we're going to just drop down into Winged Dragon. Okay, so we're dropping the hips down, and we're opening that inner thigh a little bit more, rolling the right shoulder on your back, Maybe you look down, maybe you look over that right shoulder. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then bringing both hands to the center, coming into your half splits. So bringing the floor up to you with your blocks, or not, you might not need them. We're going to just press back through that front heel. So pulling the toes towards you and knocking that femur, pulling that right femur into the socket. Keep your back flat. So stay tall here because we really want to target that hamstring. So as we lift and lengthen through the spine, as we exhale, we're going to push our hips back a little bit and maybe walk the hands forward a little bit. Continue to take deep breaths, lengthening through your neck, but not jutting the head forward. One more breath here. Now inhaling as we bend that front knee and tuck the back toes. Exhale as we pop up to our standing splits. Maybe you take your blocks with you. So really feeling the length in that right hamstring. The difference between this and Warrior 3 is we're not pushing back, we're lifting up. And so with that left hamstring, you're really engaging it. So this is nice and tight up here. So I can forward fold and just really get some length in my spine and in that right hamstring. We're going to be here for another 30 seconds. See maybe if you can take that right hand and grab it onto your right calf. Turn this into more of a balancing pose. Continue to breathe and stay calm as we're here for a longer amount of time. We get a little bit more of the benefit, stretching that fascia, getting in there deep. On your next inhale, slowly come up, bringing your left leg to meet your right and pressing yourself up to standing. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands behind your back. So we're going to interlace our fingers again for the other side. So just interlace your fingers the opposite direction. It'll feel really awkward. Okay, so the other thumb is on the top. Inhale as you lift your heart, open your throat. Exhale as we forward fold here. Taking another breath. Inhale as we rise back up. Arms reach. And exhale, hands come to your hips. Now the left leg is going to be forward, so we're going to step our right leg back into our high lunge. Make sure you can see that front big toe. Inhale as we bring the arms up. Feel that slight pull possibly in the front of your back leg. The more that you straighten through that back heel, the deeper you're going to get into that psoas muscle that we really took some time with on Tuesday in restorative. So this stretch helps us breathe easier. And now on your next exhale, we will slowly drop that back knee down to the ground, coming into our low lunge, flattening the back foot, and bringing the hands to the top of the front thigh. Inhale as you lift your heart. Exhale as you hinge your hips ever so slightly forward. And I feel this definitely more on my right side than my left today. And so just honor whichever side you feel it more in. Maybe you back off a little bit more and just breathe into where you feel the tension. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. And now coming into our deeper quad stretch. If you choose, so you can stay there, okay? We're gonna take our right hand down to the ground, walk that left foot out 1 footprint. Inhale as we hinge our hips forward so we can bend that back right knee. Wrap your left hand around, grab the top of the foot, and here's where we press the foot into the hand. So keeping that left arm straight, rolling that shoulder on the back. Perhaps you look down or sideways or up. For my neck today, it feels good to just look down and focus on that stretch in the top of the back thigh. 2 more breaths, staying calm, staying with your body. And then we'll slowly release, coming into our wandering dragon on this side. So we're gonna walk our hands over to the right, keeping that front knee bent. Maybe you use blocks to bring the floor to you, but keep pressing that left knee out to the left. Keep your back nice and flat. Breathe into that inner left hip. If the mind wanders, thinks about the pain or what you have to do today, bring it back to your intention. While you're here, bring it back to your breath. Creating space in our body and our mind is our focus today. Now, bringing that right elbow down to the ground and walking the left foot over to the left, we're going to take that left hand and press that left thigh out. If you feel the need to bring the floor up to you, take a pillow or a block and bring that floor to you so it's underneath your right elbow. And then continue to breathe here into that right hip. It's okay if your front inner foot comes up and off the floor, okay? On our next inhale, we'll slowly rise and come back to center, pressing ourselves back into our half splits. So again, I'm bringing the floor to me so I can come up a little bit higher and make some room in that hip and my belly. And then pull those left toes towards you and pull that left femur into the socket. Inhale as we lift and lengthen. Exhale as we pull our chest towards that thigh a little bit more. Keep pressing your hips back and pulling your heart forward, but keeping the shoulders on the back. One more breath. Inhale as we plant that front foot, tuck the back toes. Exhale as we kick ourselves up into the standing splits now on our left side, really opening up that hamstring on the left side. So we're lifting up with that right hamstring as high as we can, and then folding forward, folding over that left thigh. There's a slight softening and bend in the left knee, but that leg is real strong. Use your blocks, use the floor, use a table, whatever you need. And then on our next inhale, we're going to bring that right foot down. Exhale as we slowly rise up. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Whew. Okay, now that happened, we're gonna practice our peak pose for today, which is Malasana, so Garland Pose. And I realized that true Garland Pose is with the heels together, but we're not going to do it that way today. So things that you might need a block underneath you to sit on or some pillows. Now your toes might come, or your heels might come up when we go down. And so having your blanket here that you can put your heels on as we go down to the ground is going to be helpful to you. So point your toes out with your heels in. We'll inhale and reach our arms up. Bring the palms together as we start to drop on our exhale. So we're just going to wiggle our hips back and forth and come down as low as we can. Now maybe you find the floor here with your hands and just take a couple wiggles side to side, prying those hips open a little bit more. So if you're here and your heels are off the ground, this is where you can just slide that blanket right under your heels so that they have something to ground down on. If you can rest your heels on the floor, this is the bottom half of Malasana. Okay, so this is really safe for pregnant people. If you're pregnant out there, this feels really good. Bring your hands together and now press your elbows and your triceps into the inside of your thighs. And as you exhale, press your knees in towards each other, lifting your heart. Okay, so maybe you have something that you're sitting on and you have your heels up on the blanket. Okay, so this is where you might be today, and that's awesome. All right, so just honor wherever you're at. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths. I think this would have been really hard to do in the beginning of the class, but now we're open. Now we get to stay with our breath for one more breath. Now we'll bring the hands behind us and we'll lower our hips all the way to the floor. So now we're in a seated position. Good job. Walk the hands behind you, bend the knees, and let's just make some gentle windshield wipers, side to side. Breathing deeply into the hips, still opening and just telling those systems to calm down. All right. Come to a seated position again. So maybe if you need to, you're up on some pillows or a bolster. And we're gonna just do a quick 90-second static strength exercise by bringing our arms out to the side and our palms are up. So roll your shoulders on your back. And this can apply to many yoga poses. Warrior 2, triangle, when we're reaching in all these different directions, half moon. So what we want here is our shoulders are soft, but our arms are strong. Our hands are soft, okay? So we're not gripping with our hands. And we're gonna close our eyes, and I'm gonna time us for 90 seconds. And so in these 90 seconds, you just really wanna focus your mind on your breath, strengthening and keeping your breath fluid. So usually when we have a craving for something, that craving lasts 90 seconds. So this is our practice for staying with our breath and feeling what 90 seconds feels like to overcome a craving that we might have, or in my case, an upcoming contraction. So just keep your breath fluid here, reaching your arms long. Focusing on your breath and the the fluidity of your breath. Reaching the crown up, settling the hips down. So we're reaching in all four directions, north, south, east, west. Expanding the energy centers in the body. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Relax your arms. Okay, so we can do it. It might be challenging, but you can do it. Take an easy seated twist now, bringing your left hand over to your right thigh and bringing that right hand behind your back. This can be a very gentle, easy stretch, or if you'd like to lean in a little bit more, you can bring that right hand all the way over to your left butt cheek. Keep your back hand pretty close to your hips. And then as we inhale, we lengthen through the spine. Exhale, maybe you take a micro twist from your belly button. Keep your head in alignment with that belly button. We're not cranking the neck back here. We're just rolling the right shoulder back. One more breath. Inhale as we gently come back to center. Exhale, take that right hand over to the left knee. Roll the shoulders on your back, sit up nice and tall. Inhale as we lengthen through the spine. Exhale, ground down through the hips, through the glutes. Closing the eyes. Practicing being fluid with our breath. And visualizing prana, this life force, energy, moving from the base of our spine all the way up through the crown of our head, lengthening us, growing taller and stronger. Coming back to center on the inhale. Exhale as we round our spine, tuck the chin. Inhale as we open our heart. Very good. Now coming into our pigeon pose. So here's where having a blanket or the bolster underneath the hip might be handy for you. I really like to prepare for this pigeon by coming into down dog. You do not have to do that. You can, of course, just swing your right knee to that right wrist and that left foot over to the left. Or you can take this pigeon prep. And so bringing that right leg up into three-legged down dog. And then bringing that right ankle over to the left foot. We press back to make some space in the hip and then drop that right knee down to the right wrist. Flexing the left foot. We're going to walk our left foot back. We're going to lift to our fingertips. Inhale, lengthening. And then exhale. Maybe you have that blanket underneath your glute, that right butt cheek. Okay, so maybe you have some pillows here or your blocks bringing the floor to you. But just making some space in that hip again and the low back. If you'd like to make this a little bit more intense, you can rest your head on your left forearm and then reach your right arm forward. Stay with the fluidity of your breath. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds. With every inhale, lengthening. And on each exhale, deepening. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, slowly coming out of it. Now you can roll to your right to come out of it, or you can press yourself up into that three-legged down dog and open that right hip, pulling the right ankle towards the left butt cheek, and then coming into your full down dog. Transition to the other side, or if you'd like to try, take that three-legged down dog with the left leg up, and then as we exhale, we bring that left ankle towards the right wrist, pushing back, giving some space to that hip, and then dropping that left knee down. Inhale as you slide the right hip back, lifting the torso, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale as we slowly lower down. Here's where you can relax the head. Staying with your breath, drawing your attention inward. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can rest your head on your right forearm and reach your left arm out. Fifteen more seconds here. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to rise up. Here we'll roll off onto our left side. Bringing both feet in front of us, coming into a butterfly pose. So bringing the feet together, opening the inside arches like a book. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale as we once again keep a straight spine here, pushing the hips back, pulling the chest forward. Breathing in deep so the body can let go. Pulling your shoulders away from your ears and relaxing your jaw, relaxing your face. One more deep breath in. Exhale, letting go. Rolling up. Removing the blocks if you had the blocks. Gathering your items that you may need for Shavasana. We're going to go into one more hip and low back release before Shavasana. So let's roll onto our backs. And we're going to take a figure four. So we'll cross our right leg over the left. And this is going to be known as pregnant girl stretch. We're not going to cross over to the left. We're going to open to the right. So when you are pregnant, twisting is not advised. But this kind of a hip opener is beneficial for everyone and pregnant girls. So we're just going to drop our hips and open them to the right. This really feels good for everybody. Using the weight of your right ankle on top of that left thigh. So here we're even getting into some more psoas stretching on that left side. So here the arms can be overhead or out to the side. Closing the eyes and breathing into the front side of the body and the side body, that left side. One more breath in. Let it go on your exhale. Inhale back to center, uncross, and then we'll bring the left foot on top of the right. Exhale as we open the knees over to the left. Notice one side might be a little more restricted than the other side. So just stop at that first point of tightness. And if you need support, get support. So you can put a pillow under that knee, just letting the body open and relax on its own terms. Closing your eyes, inhaling in space. Exhale, letting go of tension. Staying here for another breath. As you inhale, coming back to center. Nice and slowly unwinding the feet. And then taking one last movement of bringing the feet wide and letting the knees knock together and bringing one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Beginning to relax deeply. And maybe you stay here for your Shavasana. Maybe you grab your eye pillow and take some pillows underneath your knees and spread out. So whatever feels good for you. And then we begin to draw all of that relaxation down into the ankles and the feet. Feeling yourself get heavy on your mat. Let your eyes roll back into their sockets. And begin to see your heart chakra, the energy center in your chest, bloom like a flower. And if you're having difficulty seeing the opening, think of something or someone that brings you happiness. Letting it bring a smile to your face. Now draw the energy of that happy thought into your heart chakra and see it in full bloom in your mind's eye. Focus on the opening, letting all other thoughts melt away. See the heart chakra radiating in full bloom, radiating light and love. Now send all of that love to someone, feeling happy and connected to them. Now let the visual and all other thoughts go and bask in a peaceful bliss. Check in with how you're feeling spiritually, emotionally, and physically. that surround you, temperature, textures underneath you. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Taking a full breath in and out. Inhale as we reach the arms overhead and stretch the legs. Exhale as you bring your knees in. Saying, good job, legs. Now rolling over to your side, very slowly and gently. Taking a breath here, resting in that fetal position. As we press up slowly, connecting with a new moment, a new energy of a new day. Sitting comfortably, bringing our hands together, bringing our thumbs to our third eye. May the positive thoughts we think, bringing our thumbs to our mouth, align with the words we speak, bringing our thumbs to our heart, and guide the actions that we take. Namaste.